everyone. My name is Wayne, and I am a second degree seeking student with plans on becoming a registered nurse. I am happy to say that Fayetteville State University is my home away from home, as I am originally a graduate of East Carolina University, or as we like to say it, Pirate Nation. I am honored to stand in front of you today to explain to you my greatest superpower, resiliency, and how it has gotten me this far. I am originally from Pink Hill, North Carolina, a very small rural town just on the outskirts of Kinston. Pink Hill is a place that I would describe as a one-stop like kind of town. Very quiet, spacious, and a perfect place for farming lands and raising cattle. All things, by the way, that I did when I was a kid. In fact, growing up in Pink Hill, it was so southern that on three sides of my house I was surrounded by farmland, specifically hayfields, which, as you can imagine, was very fun for me, especially during the summer months. It was also during that time that my dad would usually take me on a farm, and during that period he would show me the different pigs, cows, as well as horses that would be on the neighboring ranches. Growing up in Pink Hill, you could easily say that because of the wide open plains and grassy fields that there wasn't much to do, which may also explain how, as well as why, I fell in love with sports, and how sports ended up playing such a major role in shaping my life so far. When it came to playing sports, football will always be my favorite. Football, the American kind that is the first game that drew me into the world of sports. From there, my interest in football turned into an interest for basketball, baseball, hockey, wrestling, and for a time, even NASCAR. It was also through playing sports, most noticeably football, that I credit with learning my two greatest skills, the ability to be disciplined and the ability to be accountable. These two skills I do practice on a daily basis and helped me tremendously as I embarked on my first journey through college as an undergraduate at East Carolina. Once enrolled in college as a freshman, I learned that those skills, discipline and accountability, would be very important in helping me navigate the rigors of life as a college freshman. Entering college as a first-generation student, I made sure to keep an open mind, so much so that I did not declare my major until the end of the second semester, because I wanted to give myself time to truly explore the options a university education afforded me. Ultimately, I ended up declaring myself as a psychology major due to the many different branches of psychological study available under this degree. I did not, however, expect to find my true passion during this period, which would be in medicine. In fact, I find it awfully convenient that many of the psychology courses I took as an undergrad mixed with many of the pre-medical courses required of other students in my grade level. So it wasn't a surprise to me over time that I realized that though psychology was an interest of mine, the medicine and the way that it could be applied behind it was truly what interested me mostly. And because of my knowledge and passion for science, I can say that this is what ultimately led me down a path towards pursuing medical school. And I can say that now, 5 years after graduating from East Carolina, I'm happy that that path, which I once thought would be straight towards medicine, was a little more topsy-turvy than I anticipated. Once a graduate of East Carolina, I worked for a time as a scribe in a local emergency department. As a medical scribe, your job duties include following your assigned ER provider around the hospital while they see patients, charting in real time, adding orders as needed, placing examinations, as well as billing insurance programs regarding the services offered to that patient. Scribing, though a great way to learn medical terminology, I find did not offer me a great way to connect with patients directly. And it was through this time that I found myself an internship that ultimately resulted in me moving to Fayetteville. And little did I know that this internship, which I looked at as an opportunity to continue to build my medical acumen, would end up becoming the path that I would ultimately take ending up to this point. Now, 5 years later, I have found that once again my interests have turned. Though serving patients of the community, through serving patients of the community, I have found that my desire to become a physician is still strong, though I do realize I am able to offer care and assistance to patients in a much faster way. That route being through becoming an RN. As a registered nurse, I would be able to assist patients directly, as well as to offer my services physically as well as educationally to patients in need of help in managing their care. Fayetteville State has allowed me the opportunity to re-pursue this passion, but now with a clearer focus and a different approach from when my journey first began in East Carolina. Now, roughly a month away from applying to Fayetteville State's Upper Division program, I cannot help but look back at the journey I have made to this point. It has not always been fun or easy, but I can simply say that the experience I have been entrusted with was ultimately worth it. I credit my ability to remain resilient in the face of hardship as a big reason why I have made it this far. Making the decision to go back to college at any age can be a daunting and demanding task. I am very proud of the resilience I have displayed to get to this point. And lastly, I know that in my future career as an RN, my ability to be resilient in the face of adversity will serve me well as I help to continue fighting for patients, even when it may seem like all hope is lost. Thank you.